Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today I'm coming at you all with a review and recommendation on a history book that I recently finished. Peter, Paul, and Mary Magdalene, the followers of Jesus in history and legend by New Testament scholar Bart Ehrman. This book is a three-part profile biography where Bart Ehrman tries to reach back into history to tell us who these people really were and what they would have really done and what life would have been like when they lived. This is a real challenge for someone like Ehrman because there's very little to go on when it comes to reconstructing these people's lives. Ehrman uses a variety of sources here, including the New Testament, the Old Testament, and other books that didn't make it into the Bible and other ancient writings to try to get a minimal facts idea of who these people were and what we can know about them. This is a lot of fun. Bart Ehrman is maybe unmatched when it comes to writing this genre of books. We talk about the life of Peter in this one and how he was so influential in starting those first churches that got the Christian faith going. And we talk about Paul. Of course, we have some writings, it's believed, from Paul. They're disputed amongst scholars, but at least we have something, it's assumed, from his hand to try to understand his role in starting the ancient churches that he started. Peter and Paul were kind of the fathers of Christianity, if you will. Peter, it's believed, was the one who went out and converted the Jews, and then Paul was the one who went out and converted the non-Jews. So that was a lot of fun to learn about in this book concerning Paul and Peter and their influential role of traveling from place to place and starting churches and getting the whole momentum of the faith going. Mary Magdalene, I think, was actually the most interesting part of this biography for me. There's the least to go on concerning Mary Magdalene. Of course, we don't have any writings from her. She's mentioned only 13 times in the New Testament. So Ehrman really dug deep into other writings to understand what later Christians thought about Mary and what they believed about her to get an idea of who she may have really been. He asserts in this book that she may, of the three, be the most important original Christian because it's believed that she was the one that actually first announced the resurrection, and in that way she may have actually started Christianity. So that was a lot of fun to see Ehrman's interpretation of who Mary was and the huge influence that she may have had on getting the faith of Christianity started. I give this book a 5-star review. Ehrman's knowledge of the Bible and the other ancient writings is phenomenal. He gives us a really well-rounded look into history with these people to try to make them real, to try to imagine what it would have really been like to be these people in that ancient time and what the influences would have been on them. And he even goes into the people that wrote the original writings that the scribes copied that became the Bible and the problems with the writings and the copies and the scribes and the politics to give us an idea of who these people were and how they were remembered and the falsities that were told about them. It's common knowledge, so to speak, that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. But Ehrman gives us insight that there's no reason to believe that that would have been true, and actually that the opposite was true. So Ehrman tries to dispel myth in this book and give us some minimal facts to go on when it comes to writing a biography on these three people. I give this book a 5-star review. I really like this genre. Bart Ehrman is phenomenal writing these kinds of books. He actually brought this genre to the New York Times bestsellers list. I read a couple other of his books. You can check those out here on my channel. Please subscribe to me if you haven't already. And of course, I give this a 5-star review and I highly recommend it. Thanks, folks.